And welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about the best weight loss advice that I've ever been given. So often, as somebody who's spent her good chunk, more than half, more than 2/3 of my life at this point, overweight, I've received a lot of advice over the years. And so often people will say, what's the best advice you were ever given? What's the worst advice you were ever given? So this week, we're going to be talking about the 6 best pieces of advice that I was ever given, looking back on it. And then next week, I'm going to be sharing with you the 6 worst pieces of weight loss advice that I was ever given. So, and not all advice is created equal. And I have learned over time that if I'm going to, here's the whole key to advice in life, okay? Find somebody who has what you want and do what they do. You should not take advice from somebody who does not have what you want. And so I did not always know that. And it's kind of comical. Have you ever noticed that when you start losing weight, everybody's got advice, even if they're overweight, even if they're out of shape, even if they're unhealthy, like they've got advice. They're going to tell you all the ways, all the reasons, all the things. So the best advice that I have ever been given, top 6. Here we go. Number 1, just start. Just start. I used to always be the person that was looking for like the best diet or the diet that fit me, or I would do all this research. I would look at the cost, or I would look at, like, there was a bunch of things. And what would really happen is I would get caught in all the research and all the waiting and the perfect time. I'm going to wait till after this happens, or after this, or I'm going to wait till the first of this month or the first of this week. And the best advice has been just start. Start now, start today, no matter what's going on, because there's never going to be a perfect time. And if you're waiting for the sun, the moon, and the stars to all line up, you're going to be waiting forever because stuff happens. So just start. Best piece of advice, number 1. Number 2, start small. Start with little simple things. And I always wanted big results. Big results. I was 288 pounds. Like, I had a lot of weight to lose. And so I was always looking for the big giant things to change. And I remember one time, my mentor, he told me, he said, listen, start with just the small things. He said, it's the small things added up over time that equal the big things. And I never really believed that. I thought, no, it's the big things that equal the big results. It's not the small things, but it really is. It's the small little changes, the drinking more water, the eating more vegetables, the cutting out or reducing the butter, reducing the things that are super high in calories. It's those little tiny things over time, not going through the drive-through, eating at home instead of eating out. Those little simple things added up, stacked on top of each other, that make the big results. So that's number 2, is start small, something you can do every day. Number three, and I was really resistant to this one when I heard it. It was hire a coach. Hire a coach. Hire somebody, employ somebody, enlist somebody to come alongside you to help you know what to do. And I had coaches in finances. I had coaches in marriage. I had coaches in business. But for some reason, weight loss for me was like this super secretive, super duper private, almost shameful. I should be able to figure this out. Come on, eat less, move more. Like, we all know how to lose weight. So I was cheap. I'm like, I'm not going to pay somebody to tell me what I already know how to do. But I clearly didn't know how to do it because I was 288 pounds. But when you hire a coach, yes, it's about having a plan. And, when someone hires me to coach them, it's like, yes, here's the blueprint. Eat this, drink this, move your body this many, whatever. So they get the blueprint of the actual things to do, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. A coach holds you accountable. A coach believes in you. A coach encourages you. A coach kicks your butt when you get off track. A good coach holds your butt to the fire, right? So a good coach isn't just giving you the plan. They're not just giving you the physical. They're also giving you the mental, the emotional support as well. And so that is a super duper, when you have somebody, a coach, someone who's been there and done that, and they can understand, you can go so much farther, so much faster with the right coach by your side. And every single person, like if you look at the most successful people in the world, they all have coaches. They all have people that can push them, encourage them, pull the best out in them. And so huge, 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 huge. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given when it comes to weight loss. Number 4, track everything. Track everything. I really believed at one point that I was overweight because I didn't eat enough. And someone told me, just start tracking everything. And I was like, that seems like a drag, but fine, I'll do it. And my first week of tracking everything I ate, I was like, wow, I know why I'm fluffy. I know why I'm fluffy. I know why, because I think 3 servings of cheese is 1. I don't measure any oil when I put it in the pan to cook because it's just free, right? It's just cooking. It's not really an ingredient. I'm just coating the pan in 200 calories of oil. So, when I started tracking everything, it was like, wow. So track everything. Number 5, weigh yourself daily. I know some of you, I just cussed. I just said the curse word. Hear me. I, for a lot of years of my adult life, did not own a scale. And when I did finally own a scale, I bought it because it was pretty and it stayed in my closet. I did not weigh myself. And it was probably on, I don't know, one of my crazy weight loss adventures. And somebody told me, Carmen, just weigh yourself. They said, how often do you weigh yourself? I'm like, never. Like, I already know I'm overweight. I don't need the scale to remind me. Like, hello, I don't need it to be like flipping me off when I get on it. And they said, just start weighing yourself every day. And I don't know why I listened. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why that piece of advice stuck with me. But I got to tell you, it's been huge. It's been huge because I used to, when I was dieting and the scale was going down, I would weigh myself. But then as soon as I didn't like what the scale was saying, I didn't want to get on it. It was like this way of self-censorship. And it would be kind of like someone telling you how to build a business without looking at your numbers, or telling you how to grow wealth without looking at your bank account. Like, how do you know what's working? If you're in business and you never look at your bank account, like, how do you know if you're growing business or you're going out of business? Like, you don't know. And so only a fool doesn't look at their numbers when they're trying to grow something. And it was like, okay. And it made sense to me. They made this whole point about the scale being data and I shouldn't be emotionally attached to it. Like, that was so 3rd grade. And of course, I completely had a 3rd grade reaction. I was like, what? I just don't like it. It's annoying. The scale doesn't define me. And like, I had all these strong reasons of why I didn't like the scale. None of them were rational. They were all emotional. And I don't know, for once I just thought, okay, maybe it is 3rd grade and maybe I should just weigh myself every day. And I started doing it. And it's something that really stuck. And it really helped me knowing if what I was doing was working, if what I was doing isn't working. And listen, being healthy isn't all about the scale, but the scale is a measuring tool that helps you know if what you're doing is working or not. And they make all kinds of cool scales now that link to your phone, and they tell you how, they can tell you all these cool things, how, like, it's really crazy. It's really cool. And it's really silly if you're trying to get healthy and you're trying to lose weight, not to be tracking that. And so last piece of advice that I was given when it comes to losing weight was moving my body 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. And I, for a decade, tried all the ways to lose weight without exercise because I didn't like exercise. I didn't like sweating. I didn't like any of those things. And so I was like, you don't have to work out to lose weight. That's just silly. And you don't have to work out to lose weight. However, working out, when the same person told me how much working out, exercise was going to make weight loss easier. It was going to help me build muscle. It was going to speed up my metabolism. It was going to put me in a better mood. All the things they told me wound up to be true. And to this day, it's been one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever been given, was to work out to be healthy, not just to lose weight. Because, listen, you're watching this because it's the best weight loss advice I've ever been given. But the whole reason why we want to lose weight is because We want to look better. We want to feel better. We want to be healthier. We want to have a better quality of life. We want to live longer. We want to be able to do more with the life that we have. Like, that is the reason why we're losing weight. And so exercise literally helps with all of those things, all of them. And it is one of the key ingredients, one of the most vital ingredients to growing old and having a good life. Being able to do all the things that you want to do, exercise is really, and this is coming from somebody who used to really believed with everything in me that God made those people that like to sweat, and then he made me, and I was not a part of that group. And so there's a lot of advice that I've been given over the years when it comes to, probably thousands of pieces of advice that I've been given over the years when it comes to weight loss. These are my top 6, and they are what I would tell you. Just start with small things. Small things make the big difference. Hire a coach, track everything, weigh yourself daily, and exercise, move your body 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. And if you do those things, friends, you're going to see results. So if you have not, make sure you have smashed the like button, hit the subscribe button. We do post free tips every single Tuesday that help make your weight loss journey easier. We have healthy recipes, we have inspirational interviews, and we would love to have you join our growing community here on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. Next week, we will be back with the 6 worst weight loss advice ever given. We'll see you then.